What's good, everybody? I'm back, man. I know it's been a minute, but we back working. You know what it is, and you know what time it is. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into these topics, man. For everybody that's been looking for me, if you've been looking, I just been taking a little mental break, man. You gotta go back and recoup and get your mind right, But I'm here. We working. With that being said, first topic, man. I got my notes right here. So these are some personal things of mine. And the first one I want to talk about living for today versus living for the future. And these are some of the things I am dealing with actually. And they, randomly come through my mind and stuff like that. And basically, at one point, I was here just like living for the day. You know what I mean? It's like, granted, it is true tomorrow's not promised, but I was more so living as like, not thinking down the road type of deal. And it's okay to think like that and live like that if you want to. But as I get older, I think more so like, like you have to plan. You have to plan for your future, because if you don't, there is no future. You know what I mean? If you only live for the day, you only think that your life is only going to expand by the day. So to plan for the future, I would encourage people to do that versus, living just day by day, because, some people think like, I ain't got to save no money, or I ain't got to, stack up no money. When I die, you can't take it with you. Those type of thoughts and, sayings, that's that living for the day mentality. And I'm here to tell you, you don't know when you leaving, right? So it's good to stack up or save money, because you could live another 4,000 days. You know what I mean? And you still here with no money. Like the way I look at it as, if you living for just today, you basically on a rerun, on repeat. There's no change. There's no growth. There's no purpose. If you don't, it's kind of like you don't care what happens. I'm just here. I'm just existing, and it is what it is. I don't have to worry about, granted, you don't have to want to purchase a home, but I don't want to buy a home. I don't want to buy a car. I don't want to do this, do that. I'm just here. And I think that's not a good way to live. You entitled to it, do you? But if you want my advice, plan for the future, because, planning for the future has its benefits, which things like, what if you want to go on vacation, or, that's planning for the future, save up for a vacation, or, you got a dream car you want, or you got anything, like any kind of goals that you're trying to achieve and knock out. Do those things, man. Like, plan for that. Like, I have multiple notebooks of goals, even in my phone, in my notes. I got, 5-year goals, 3-year goals. I have those things that I need, that I will achieve. Sorry. You know what I mean? I have to speak that into existence. I will achieve my goals regardless of what happens, but, those are the steps I'm taking to do that. You know what I mean? That mindset, I think, is a lot better than just, being a leaf in the wind and just going wherever the wind take you, and not even really caring about what's happening or what you need to get done. Because, I hate to say it, it's like a waste of life. Think about this. Think about the people that didn't get a chance to enjoy life, or, they don't have the abilities that you have, or, they just not here anymore, and they wish they could maybe be here, and you here wasting your turn, just doing nothing. You know what I mean? And that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. If you're young and you still trying to figure things out, that's cool. But when you get up there in age, or when you become an adult officially, mentally, you need to start, putting boots to the ground and getting that grind done, because it's I know you don't know the people that were here that didn't get a chance to achieve their goals and they passed away or they're disabled or anything like that. But put it in perspective. Just put it in your mind and think about it. Like, if you really want to do nothing, would you trade your space with somebody that can't do anything? You know, like, this is a gift. Life is a gift. You should take advantage of it. And if you got, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and you can see, hear, talk, and get stuff done, it's a blessing. You should take advantage of that, And yeah, it gets difficult. That's life. It's supposed to be difficult sometimes. It's how you going to learn anything if you don't get tested? You know what I mean? You got to get tested in life in order to, elevate. Some people learn the first time. Some people, like me, take a couple times. You know what I mean? But I do learn from it, and I, adjust accordingly. But yeah, with this whole living for the day versus living for the future, live for the future, man. You know what I mean? Get out there and get some stuff done. Do what you need to do, man. Achieve some goals. Write some small goals. I know everybody say gym, but yeah, that's a good one. Say, I'll go to the gym for 20 minutes today. It ain't got to be an hour. It ain't got to be 20 minutes. You can do 10. Say, I'm going to walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? At least you went. You don't have to compete. That's another thing. I think it kind of puts a mental block on people when it comes to goals and things like that. You think you have to compete with somebody, or if it doesn't look as good as somebody else's goals, then yours don't matter. That's not true. Whatever you choose to do and you write a goal down, no matter how small or how large it is, and you complete it, that's what you did. I salute you. That's great. Don't worry about what the next person got going on. That is a lot of people's kryptonite when it comes to trying to get some goals done. Worrying about, what's over here. Excuse me. What's over here on the side. When a horse is racing, they got blinders on. They don't see the other horses. Have that mentality. Put those blinders on and see straight. Tunnel vision. You know what I mean? Lock in. Do what you need to do to get your goals done. And everybody else, I mean, they have their life. You got yours. So I don't care how small it is, man. Just get out there, get it done, and do what you need to do. And then once you achieve that goal, you add more, or you progressively, you get better each and every time. You know what I mean? When you knock something off your bucket list, or not bucket list, your goals list, and I encourage that, man, because I live by that. When one thing I was doing, like push-ups, I was doing like 25 push-ups every hour, all day. You know what I'm saying? To achieve a goal to eventually try to do 100 push-ups straight, but like you could start with I was starting 25 one day, 1 week, and then the next week it'll be 26. The next week 27. 28. You know what I mean? Like that. Those are small achievements in a sense to get bigger and better, or strengthen your mind, body, and soul type of deal. But yeah, with that being said though, yeah, man, get out there, go grind, do what you got to do, because nobody's going to do it for you, and if I can reach anybody and y'all hear this, I wish you the best, and you stay focused, stay locked in. And just know it's not going to be easy, but it can get done. It can be done. If anybody else can do it, you can do it too. You was born with blessings just like everybody else was, man. You know what I mean? Just set your own goals. That's what you should do. Don't be a follower, and start small, And with that being said, we'll go into my next topic. They kind of go hand in hand. So my next topic, does everyone have a purpose? Is my next topic that I had written down. And once again, like I say, these things be on my mental, when I'm out and about doing what I'm doing. These are questions sometimes I ask myself. Well, all the time I ask myself these questions. So what do you think? Do you think everyone has a purpose on this planet, or just people just here to exist? I don't know. I have to ask myself personally that question, but I'll save that for later. But to have purpose, what is purpose? That's what you need to find out first. Purpose, the reason to get up in the morning, the reason to, be better, the reason to have those goals achieved. Purpose is to get to a destination, to me, to get to a destination that gives you ultimate fulfillment of self. It makes you feel whole. You're complete. That's what purpose means to me. Happiness and, things that make your heart race, with excitement type of thing. That's what purpose is to me. So do you have purpose? Do you know people that think they don't have purpose? That, like I said, these topics kind of do glue together. Now, me, I have purpose. At some points in my life when I was younger, I didn't know. I questioned myself. I asked, my creator, I prayed and did things, trying to figure out where, what, when, and why, but today I know for a fact I have purpose. I know I do. There's nothing nobody can say that tell me that I don't, and another thing, sometimes your mind can be your worst enemy. Sometimes your mind works against you and can tell you that you don't have purpose. Some people may say that's evil entities that try to sway you to the other side. It could be, I don't know, but it's one and the same. But never listen to it. Never let yourself tell you something negative to down yourself. Like, if the world is already rough enough as it is, why would you even go against yourself? Like, why would you harp on yourself in a negative way when the whole world out here is already messed up, from, the cost of living to gas and everything. Home is where the heart is. Home should be sanctuary. Home is not a building with four walls. Home is your soul. It's what's inside. So, and you're the gatekeeper to that soul. You're the reason that, soul exists. Well, that's not true, but our creator is the reason your soul exists, but you're still on this planet doing what you need to do. And that soul is for you to protect. You know what I mean? So don't let nothing, even yourself, trick you out of that, or have you thinking that you don't serve a purpose, or you don't have a great purpose, or, it ain't even necessarily got to be a great purpose, just a purpose. Like, you could be an amazing parent, and your kids, they look forward to being around you, and, the things y'all spend, time together doing, that's purpose. You could, be a great landscape artist and, take care of people's yards and stuff like that. And you get up in the morning and you feel great about it. That's purpose. You could be a cashier. You can go out here and be one of the cashiers that everybody knows that they love to talk to. You always smiling. You always happy. You love to help people. That's purpose. Purpose is just whatever gets you up in the morning that makes you happy. And sometimes, like, you can't stop thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, my purpose is my, which I will talk about later, my music and the videos that I'm doing here, that I work on. Man, just this is everything. It's really great. I love doing this, man. I really do. And my purpose is to get up and to, I love, like, bettering myself and trying to figure out new things with this craft to get better and to learn, man, and to get these gears turning. You know what I mean? So I have purpose, multiple purpose, not just this either. But what is your purpose? Do you have a purpose? Did you know you had purpose? Some people may not know, and this video can help you. You have a purpose. You just have to find it. Don't let nobody tell you what your purpose is. Don't let nobody tell you that you don't. Because we all been put on this earth for a reason. And as big as this planet is, and as small as we are, and as big as the universe is, and as small as the planet is compared to the universe, you still have a purpose. You still have a purpose. Everything is glued together. Everything works. And there are endless opportunities for you to do whatever it is you want to do, to fulfill yourself, to find a purpose, to exist, to be happy, to be out here and be active and, get something done. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm just stay motivated, but I don't want to get on my soapbox and start preaching, but I'm just out here trying to motivate the people, I have to do this constantly with myself. I stay self-motivated. I mean, I got a support system too, but mentally, everybody doesn't know everything that goes on. And I'm pretty sure y'all share the same thing. Like, you don't tell everybody, well, not everybody, but you don't tell people everything that's going on all the time. Sometimes you just deal with it internally. And I go against the negative side of me or whatever that is trying to bring me down. And I stay positive regardless. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing, I'm hard-headed. I'm stubborn when it comes to being positive. You know what I mean? So you should do the same. Be stubborn with positivity, man. Just stand on it. You know what I mean? But with that being said, that's it. But I got a quick side note. So I also wanted to talk about why it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been working on my music. Like I said, my passion. It's been a while. It's been a good while, but now I'm back doing that, and I have another page, and it'll be in the description of this video where you can click and check out. I'm just getting started though. I'll put the SoundCloud link too, but I'm getting back into it, and yeah, it's a little shaky, but I'm still, I'm sharpening my pen. I'll be back where it was sooner than later. So if you don't mind, click the link in the description and go check it out and let me know what you think, man. So yeah, I'm working multiple pages, and the grind don't stop. So with that being said, you know what it is. We'll be back sooner than later. Peace out.